Alright, what is going on, guys? SpitefulHopes back again, coming at you with the should you summon on these banners. And I'll be real with you, this banner is probably going to be an easy summon, but like we're going to get into the specifics and all these characters right now. Honestly, if you're new to the game, this is probably the best time of year for you because you have the voting selection banner as well as this banner, and then on top of that the individuals. My recommendation to you is the voting selection banner. Get up to step 6, collect and secure the bag on whatever you can. After step 6, just chill out whether or not you feel like you need to summon more, then make an executive decision on whether or not you want to continue on step 7 on those banners, and then move on to this banner, which comes out in the next 3 days. Going into this banner, we do actually have a lot of excellent characters in here. We have 1,000 Year Blood War round 4, 5, and 6, as well as Kirinji, who's kind of like a throw-in considering that we're missing Senjumaru and Kiryu from that banner, but honestly, since those characters aren't necessarily as OP as Kirinji, I'm glad that they chose him as opposed to the other two, especially Kiryu. I feel like Kiryu has fallen off quite a bit just because I feel like as of right now, guard break is kind of necessary when it comes to these NAD based characters that are also ranged. Usually like a melee character can get away without having guard break, but even then guard break usually makes them insane. Characters like Oetsu, characters like Ken for Your Own World Grimmjow, the canon version. Alright, so getting right into it, let's just start. Welcome to my Chef Society Aizen. I feel like he's probably the worst in this banner. Not because he's necessarily a bad character, but he doesn't have Berserker. He doesn't have he has strong attack recharge. He doesn't have Berserker. He doesn't have Havoc. He has Star Barrier plus 10, which is kind of a wasted skill. He's not good in PvP. Going into his actual kit, he is Mr. Range Collision King himself. He has the Shave style Range Collision with 40 magnifications. This is pretty bad because your damage is pretty mediocre. It's bad. Second strong attack is going to be a Crawling Vortex. He does have Weaken on all of his attacks. He has a 700 into 900 charge third strong attack. You could charge it for 24 seconds, but honestly, why would you? For quadruple the damage, but since it takes so long to get out, it's not really worth charging it all the way unless you're doing it for the memes. His full screen special move does have Weaken on it. If you have him 5/5, he can perform well in Guild Quest just because of his nuking potential, but aside from that, I feel like he falls short. Going into Yamamoto, the inventor, the god himself of God Kit, strong attack recharge minus 12%, burn on all of his attacks, freeze and fire immunity, frenzy, debilitator plus 2 seconds, devastation 40%, and sprinter plus 1. He's actually still a good character to this day. I'd still consider him top 10. On top of that, he does have a beam for strong attack. Second strong attack is going to be the 800 circular AoE in front, and his third strong attack is going to be a full screen third strong attack. If this kit looks familiar, it's literally the exact same as the new Ichigo, where the Ichigo has a 3000 length beam, 960 second strong attack, third strong attack is a standard full screen. Sure, Ichigo's is a boost, so it does have a longer cooldown time, but I mean, for all intents and purposes, when it comes down to dealing damage, it's the same strong attack. So still very, very, very good kit to this day. Almost 800 spiritual pressure, and overall I do think that he's definitely a welcome addition should you pull him. Next on the list, my Shunko is Wind Soi Fon. This Soi Fon is insane. Like, she has Sprinter plus 1, but she's a Soi Fon, so she actually has 4 flash steps. On top of that, she has a transformation mechanic as well as a team booster on her second skill. Her second skill also comes with a walking vortex surrounding herself, which is really good for protecting yourself as you're using your normal attack damage string on enemies, especially in places like Senkaimon or Epic Raids boss, because you can actually get some extra hits in, as in like free damage in a sense. She does have an Arankar killer. She doesn't have guard break, but fortunately, since she is an Arankar killer anyways, you're probably going to be using her in a game mode where you don't really have to worry about guard break anyways, and even then her second strong attack will come in clutch there. She has a lunge, first strong attack, full screen, third strong attack, enhancer plus 10 seconds for her team boost, flurry, poise, long reach 20%, and a normal attack damage 20% link. She hits really, really hard with her NAD, and if you want to use her strong attacks to protect yourself in a sense, you can do that as well. Overall, she's just an excellent unit and very, very worthy of 1,000 Year Blood War. Alright, going into the next character, Mayuri. Now, going into 1,000 Year Blood War round 5, I think that they try to push the envelope a bit, but I feel like they kind of faltered a little. Going into Mayuri, he is a heart unit with Soul Reaper Killer, strong attack recharge minus 12%. They did give him Sprinter plus 2, as well as a weakened defense on his ultimate, debilitator plus 5 seconds with paralysis on everything. He's also immune to all status elements, which is nice. Berserker 20%, but no Havoc. Debilitator plus 5 seconds, devastation 40% with his weakened defense. defense on his ultimate. He hits hard, but his problem isn't even that he's a bad character. He got a standard lunge for his first strong attack, 2500 length beam for his second, and his third strong attack was a 900 radius third strong attack. It wasn't even a full screen. And the problem with this is that with the beam as his second strong attack, he doesn't really have like crazy good spread on it. Like usually on the second strong attack, having an 800 AoE is usually a bit more superior when you have the beam as the first strong attack. But like when you have the lunge into beam and then you don't even have like the standard full screen third strong attack, 900 versus the 1000 might not seem like much, but it can be the difference between just, if you don't reach them, GG. And next on the list, Nemu actually I think did incredibly well. She has a different kit than Toshiro, even though it looked very similar. She has a Hollow Killer, so she competed with 1000 Year Blood War Toshiro when it came to the best power unit when she originally came out. However, she did have Sprinter +2, which was nice, as well as a Berserker and Havoc of 20%. She does have Frenzy, Freeze Immunity, Devastation 40%, as well as Long Reach 20%. She, I think, did incredible. I mean, to this day, I think she's still an incredible unit. She has a Revive mechanic on her ultimate, and then on top of that, she has a Lunge for strong attack, 3000 length beam as her second strong attack, which is a bit narrow, but the fact that she had Havoc and Berserker 20%, I think that really saved her. And then her third strong attack is a 1200 full screen. So she has just her, look at me, I'm stuttering. She just has crazy range, and she hits like a truck. Like she's amazing. And just look at those thighs. Just like you can get lost in those things. All right, and last but not least, 1000 Year Blood War Zombie Toshiro, You Cannot Kill Me, 788 Spiritual Pressure, Strong Attack, Recharge -12%, Berserker 20%, wasn't given Havoc, Debilitator +5 seconds with Freeze on everything except for his second, which does have Weakening on it, Devastation 40%, Long Reach 20%, Poise, Frenzy, Bruiser 20%, and Sprinter +1. He's not bad. I think he's actually incredible, but I feel like if he had Havoc 20%, I feel like he would make more waves. Unfortunately, Mind is honestly really supercharged with a ton of great units, including this new Ichigo that's coming out, down to Noel, to Koga. It was just mad. So his first strong attack, standard lunge. Second strong attack, another lunge with 575 radius, same thing as the Lost Agent Soi Fon, if you're familiar with that. And then his third strong attack is actually the 975 AoE distant that I was talking about. Very good third strong attack. Going into Ichibe, I think that he's mainly just good for PvP. He has Flurry, Poise, Pierce Barrier, as well as his own Start Barrier +10 with Sprinter +1. He does have a Berserker of 50%, so his strong attacks do actually do quite a bit of damage. He has Weakening on everything but his third strong attack, unfortunately. Damage reduction as his Link, and an Espada Killer. I feel like his use in PvE is only really good when it comes to epic raids or just epic raids, or maybe even guild quests. However, with the bosses now being tech, he's definitely gonna slack a bit. Not gonna lie. I don't really want to go too deep into his kit, aside from his third strong attack is a standard full screen, and I think that his first strong attack is a lunge, second is the 2500 length beam. Going to Oetsu. Oetsu is probably one of the best tech units in the entire game, with a Soul Reaper Killer, Team Boost, with a Walking Vortex, just like 1000 Year Blood War Soi Fon, full screen third strong attack, lunge first strong attack. This character has Flurry, Guard Break, Paralysis Immunity, Sprinter +1, Enhancer for his team boost, Berserker 50%, so his strong attacks actually hit hard, especially considering that you're going to be using your boost quite often, so you're going to get an increase to your attack, focus, and your defense. Bruiser of 40% with his NAD, with like the Bruiser of 40% with Flurry, and then Guard Break, and then getting strong attack recharge so that you can keep your boost up more often, as well as your Walking Vortex, and then you have an insta kill mechanic on your ultimate, so it's not wasted. I think he's just nasty. Like he hits like a truck and he knows it. Like 475 standard lunge, full screen third strong attack, 575 self vortex, 425 hits. This actually lasts quite a while, and the fact that it's a 40-second cooldown for the buff along with the 25 hit vortex, I think he's just so good. Next on the list, the second best healer in the game, if not one of the best. She has heal and barrier on her second strong attack. She does have the healer mechanic where she heals 30% extra on top of her heal. She does have a Berserker of 20% with medic, Sprinter +1, weakened defense on her ultimate, so she hits hard with her ultimate, and she also hits hard with just straight up her first strong attack and her third. Now, her first strong attack, I do think that she's more inclined to do well in something like epic raids as opposed to regular PvE stuff, aside from epic raids. But I don't really see her being used in PvP. I don't really see many people using her in regular PvE content, because right now there's not really much use when it comes to healers in BBS, unfortunately. Her first strong attack does have a max hit of 24, and you can get 22 of those hits off very easily in epic raids if you're right up onto the boss. And this splits 3 ways, and there is a nice big juicy hitbox in a specific area, so getting all the damage off is very likely when it comes down to it. But in standard like PvE, like co-op content, this strong attack actually sucks kind of badly, considering that this character did not get guard break like someone like Machine Society Retsu, for example. Her second strong attack is a standard heal around herself. It's not like the newer heals like Tokinada's boost, or Sanosuke's heal, or even Masaki's 800 circular AoE boost. So unfortunately, I feel like that makes her, I feel like that holds her back quite a bit. And then she does have a full screen third strong attack. I don't think that this Orihime is bad. It's just right now healers are in a weird spot because they're just not necessary. That's why I personally prefer characters like Kirinji with his revival mechanic on his ultimate, while being able to dish out massive PP. Strong attack recharge minus 12% with the Soul Reaper killer. Speed attribute Soul Reaper strong attack damage plus 20%, which does buff Byakuya. If you're running Kirinji and Ishin, both of those speed attribute strong attack damage will stack onto the Byakuya, but keep in mind that this character is a Soul Reaper Squad 0, not a Soul Reaper Captain, so he won't get Ishin's boost. Berserker 20%, Bruiser 20%, Havoc 20%, Sprinter plus 2, so he does have 3 flash steps, which is awesome. Debilitator plus 5 seconds with paralysis on everything. This character is very, very good, especially in stuff like Guild Quest on a sideline unit because of his third strong attack. Devastation 40% with a debilitator of 5 seconds. I personally run him for my melee Soul Reaper Killer week. He does have the 975, but with Havoc 20%, it becomes 1170 radius, which is absolutely insane. His second strong attack is going to be the 3000 length beam, and his first strong attack is going to be a lunge. Him with the Berserker 20%, with his speed attribute Soul Reaper strong attack damage, gives him 40% Berserker innately, with strong attack recharge, with Havoc 20%, with Devastation 40%. He hits hard, and I think that he is still to this day an incredible unit. I'd still say he's top 3 speed units in the entire game. We'll see how that shapes up in the coming future, but until then, I do think that this character does hold his own, and he does his job incredibly well. Next on the list, Ichigo. Of course, we've gone over Ichigo extensively since the release of the gameplay that K-Lab's given us. I know I've been milking the hell out of those videos, but I mean, it is what it is, dude. He's nasty, and I honestly still to this day don't understand why people are so dense in thinking that this character isn't busted. Like, strong attack recharge minus 12%. He does have a Soul Reaper with Captain Killer, so during Captain Killer and Guild Quest week, he's going to be hitting like a truck. He is a neutral attribute as well. Full screen third strong attack, so 1200 radius because of his Havoc 20%. Berserker 60%, which is really good. Marauder, which means that he can play as both a melee and ranged character because that nullifies melee resistance as well as guard breaks. Sprinter plus 2, so he has 3 flash steps. Enhancer plus 10 seconds, so his team boost is gonna just last longer. Damage reduction because, you know, let's just slap whatever we want on him. Frenzy, Bruiser 40%, Bombardment, so his ultimate hits like a truck even further. Like, and yeah, Ichigo's kit is just absolutely mad too. 3000 length beam, 960 AoE, 1200 full screen third strong attack. These characters are shaping out to be some of the best characters in the game, easily. This character is a little cochino. Like, he's insane. And then on top of that, he does have the insta-kill mechanic on his ultimate, as if he needs that after they die from his bombardment. So honestly, when it comes down to it, this character is just absolutely mad. I do expect him to make waves. I don't know if he's better than Noelle. He might be. The fact that he has Sprinter plus 2 would probably make him run faster than her. But, I mean, we're definitely going to have to see how that goes. I'm definitely going to be interested in seeing how people, like, work with him. But until then, I mean, that's yet to be determined. Next on the list, probably the one that I'm most hyped for to see how she interacts in terms of just coming into the game, Rukia. Now, Power is an incredibly stacked attribute. We have Lilibaro, Shinji, Byakuya, and 5th anniversary Ichigo, and I honestly don't know where she's going to stack up versus 5th anniversary Ichigo, but her kit just screams perfection. Like, honestly. She has a Rancor and a Spotted Killer, so she's going to be great for those Guild Quest weeks. She doesn't have Marauder, unfortunately, so you're not going to be able to bring her into ranged or Rancor Killer week, unfortunately, and I do feel like that kind of lowers her value quite a lot, because a lot of us were thinking that, okay, if he has Guard Break and if he has Marauder, then she might actually have it too, but unfortunately she doesn't have it. We do have Ryukin and 5th anniversary Ichigo for melee and range, but I still kind of wish that she had it too. Alright. Going into her actual skills, you'll see that she does have a strong attack recharge link of 12%. She has recover 20% stamina as a skill, havoc 20% with berserker 60% with status ailments, so she does have freeze on all of her attacks. With her Bankai mechanic, she will be able to transform into her Bankai state for 30 seconds. For the first 10 seconds of that transformation, she will actually have an increased status ailment chance of approximately 10% to all of her strong attacks and normal attack damage string. What's really good about that is that she does have a skill, damage to frozen enemies plus 20%, which will actually allow her to just deal more PP. Debilitator plus 5 seconds for the freeze, so you're going to be able to deal more damage for a longer duration of time. Devastation 40% with damage to frozen enemies. This is actually multiplicative too, so 100 times 1.4 times 1.2. So instead of 60% damage, it's not additive, it's multiplicative, right? So you're going to be dealing an extra 68% damage instead. So should you deal 100,000 damage per hit, every subsequent hit, since the enemy gets frozen on the first one, she'll actually deal the extra 20% damage. So instead of 140,000 damage for the first hit, the second hit should hit for roughly 168,000 damage, if that's how the math ends up lining up. Debilitator plus 5 seconds, Frenzy, Havoc 20%, Berserker 60%, Bruiser 20%. She looks like she's going to be really good. I'm glad that they are breaking the mold when it comes to skills. She does have 9 skills, and then on top of that, she does have the freeze immunity and weaken immunity for the innate skills. So she actually does rock with like, what, 12 skills because of the increased status ailment chance after transformation, which is really, really cool. The transformation also increases her magnifications by 25%. So like her first strong attack would have a magnification of 120% right here, and then she will get a 25% damage bonus for her first strong attack during her transform state. So you're going to want to transform nearly right away so that you have all your strong attacks available, and then you can get your freeze off relatively quickly. And excuse me, if the runs take longer than 30 seconds, then you can just transform again, because because the transformation lasts for 20 seconds. Yeah, so the transformation lasts for 20 seconds, if I remember correctly. I might be off base. I'm trying to remember properly, but yeah. Standard lunge first strong attack, 960 AoE distance, second strong attack, full screen, third strong attack. Alright, going into the actual individual banners, and if you actually want to pull only Rukia and Ichigo, this is obviously going to be the place to be. Now, steps 5 and 10 of the 10x summons guarantees a 5-star. Keep in mind, the one thing to note is that when it comes to this banner, is that there's only 6 steps. This is not a 20 to 30 step banner that we're normally used to getting nowadays, so just keep in mind that the summons on these are actually quite limited. So going into Rukia, she does have the step 5 and 10. After that, we're pretty much just like chumming the water of like K-Lab trying to shark our money. Going into this banner is actually not too shabby. Going into Byakuya, Berserker 40%, Bombardment. Unfortunately, he does not have Frenzy, but hopefully if they ever resurrect these older characters, like these older 1000-year Blood War characters, he gets Frenzy. Bombardment and Weakened Defense makes him one of the best nukers in the entire game. Havoc 20%. His kit is actually not too shabby. First strong attack is going to be the 3000 length beam. Third strong attack is the 1200 AoE third strong attack, and then his second strong attack is just a standard barrier. You'll see here that it's a shave style ability, so this is kind of interesting because even I'm not quite familiar with how this second strong attack interacts with other stuff. Second strong attack looks to be something akin to Koga or Retsu, but yeah, either way, I wish he had Frenzy. I feel like he'd be much better. He does have an Rancor killer, so hopefully with the resurrection he'll be much better. Next on the list, Sajin. He has an Espada Killer with normal attack damage as his link. He does have Flurry, Poise with long reach 15%. He also has a unique mechanic when it comes to using his ultimate, where the last hit of his normal attack damage string actually has significantly more range and power, which is kind of interesting, to be honest. I still don't understand how that works. You'll see here it's 150 to 240. Actually, you know what? Let me actually just grab this. It's kind of weird seeing a character with long reach of 15% as opposed to 20%, right? So the last hit, you'll see here, the radius is 431 when it's untransformed, but it becomes an AoE distant type attack on the last hit and becomes 546. Also, this transformation that he does is actually permanent, but unlike most transformations where you get a magnifier boost, he doesn't get that. He just gets more range on the last nat hit. His strong attacks don't change, so just keep that in mind. It doesn't even show up as a transformation mechanic, which is kind of weird. But overall, he's still not a bad character. He's just kind of fallen off because, like, usually you want some crazy skills on your characters, and he doesn't have guard break. Next on the list, Yoruichi, one of the good filler units that you can obtain. Standard lunge for strong attack, 4 flash steps, team booster with enhancer and frenzy, strong attack recharge enhanced link, which is good, and then full screen third strong attack. She wasn't given havoc 20%, which I think holds her back in this day and age, but I mean overall, like, since she's put out in banners so often, like, chances are you're probably going to eventually pull her, if not 5-5 her. This Byakuya is pretty good. Weaken defense on his ultimate, lacerate on everything except for his second. Frenzy, havoc 20%, no berserker, but no affiliation killer. This could be useful in places like Senkaimon. And going into Ichigo's individual banner, he was given Shunsui, which is awesome. Havoc 20%, Frenzy, 1200 radius, third strong attack, standard lunge, first strong attack 570, which is nice. And then his second strong attack is actually going to be the shockwave style ability. 48 hits, usually goes up to like 24 to like 30 hits if you're using it against someone like an epic raid room or just co-op bosses. Honestly, he nukes just fine. He also has an instant kill mechanic on his special move. His real false is that he has a strong attack damage link instead of a strong attack recharge, which I know that you can just equip a bunch of strong attack recharge on a character, but sometimes you just, in this day and age, you just want to pump out as many of your one-hit kill strong attacks instead of just make your one-hit kill strong attacks kill, like, just deal more damage. Like, if the enemy has 50 HP and you're dealing 1000 damage, you don't need to deal 1200 damage. You just want to be able to do more hits, you know what I mean? That's the way that I look at it personally, but overall, he's still an excellent unit to this day. If he resurrects into strong attack recharge, I think that he'll be excellent. Like, I think he'll be busted, to be honest. Going into Toshiro, strong attack recharge minus 12%, still one of the best characters in the entire game for power. Frenzy, weaken defense on his ultimate, debilitator plus 5 seconds, freeze on all of his attacks, some of the best flowing attacks in the entire game. 575 standard lunge, 575 lunge. So he has TLA Soi Fon's second strong attack as his first, which is insane. His second strong attack is the 800 circular AoE in front, and his third strong attack is a standard full screen third strong attack. This kit has survived literally more than 3 years. This Toshiro has been, in my opinion, probably one of the best characters, bar none. Like, ever since his release, he was just top of it. He's always been at the top. and I honestly don't see him dropping unless KLF starts coming out with some crazy busted characters like this Ichigo and like this Rukia, as well as 5th anniversary Ichigo, you know. And going into the actual filler, full stamina damage boost 25 Jushiro, and White Ichigo, kind of not worth mentioning. But overall, these banners are looking to be pretty damn good. However, I honestly would recommend going for their individuals after you do step 6 on their main banner. So, anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. You guys grind on, catch up, remember to stay blessed. I wish you all the best luck in summons. I appreciate you coming out and stopping by and seeing this video. I appreciate the views. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Y'all have a blessed day. I wish you all the best luck in your summons, guys. Let me know in the comments below how many orbs you plan to do on all these banners, including the vote selection banner. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't care about Ichigo or Rukia, I'm just gonna go for Byakuya and stuff, but like, you're never guaranteed Byakuya either, so maximizing your chance of actually pulling these characters, in my opinion, is probably gonna be the way to go. But I'm gonna leave it at that and stay blessed, y'all. I'll see y'all next one. Peace.